Here we go. So this is a game called King's Bounty, and it is a game from my childhood, and I recently discovered that there are a handful of speedruns posted for this game, which I find to be super interesting. And I'm going to try, and we're gonna just spend today like reintroducing myself to the basics of this game, and I'll just talk about it as I play it, and we'll just basically be doing some playthroughs here. But one of the things that I enjoy about this game is that it's a random, it's first of all, you can play it and get it done with very quickly, right? If you know what you're doing and you get a lucky start and you get, you know, if you get a little bit of lucky, you can have this game started and finished very quickly, very quickly. And the speed runs range anywhere from like 1.5 hours to about 30 minutes. So this is kind of where I want to start dipping my toe into the possibility of doing some speed running in the future. I do like the idea of speed running, and it is something that I've talked about pretty much from the beginning of this channel, but it's something I've never even dipped my toe into. So I wanted to find a quiet little game in the corner of the speedrunning community that's only got a handful of speedruns posted to it, and let's see about running it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start with this game. This is called King's Bounty. It's an old game from the Sega Genesis. I'm running it on an emulator. And we're going to talk about the game, learn it, and potentially potentially start the process of learning what a speed run of this game looks like. Okay? So I am going to take this, and we're going to play it, I think we're just going to play it on normal difficulty. I don't really know if there's a difference for the speed run or not. Oh. Okay, well, we're going to decline the gnomes who are going to start by coming to us. I forgot I can't use the thumbstick to move. All right, that's not good. Okay. We're remembering the controls for this game. We're going to start by launching a boat. So we're moving around on this world map, right, as ourselves and our army, right? We're going to distribute that. As we move around, there are nodes. There are sections of the map that have things on them, like these treasure chests, right? Each part of the game, each one of these sections that spawns a thing, will always spawn the same kind of thing. What do I mean by that? I mean that if it's going to spawn a positive, helpful thing, it will always spawn a positive, helpful thing, no matter like how many times you play through the game or what your current playthrough looks like. Oh man, not being able to use the... I might just actually go back to my... I might just actually have to go to the keyboard and play this on keyboard and mouse. So because of this little fact, this fact that like there will always be the same positive things are always gonna... I'm gonna have to go to the... Hold on. I'm not gonna be able to use the controller for this. I'm going to have to use keyboard, which means I need to rebind a bunch of buttons. Hold on. Okay. Much smoother. Okay. Hey. So the fact that it will, if it's a good spot, it will always be a good spot no matter which playthrough, you know, you're playing. So basically every time I load the game, this part of this peninsula, because the map is not randomly generated or anything, this part of this little area will always have something beneficial to me. This is important because I can't tell just by looking at them whether or not like some creatures that are wandering around are there to fight me or if they're there to help me. Ah, gnomes, useless. No, get out of here. I can't tell whether they want to join me or they want to fight me, right? By knowing what whether a section is usually, and this is where I'm learning, finding out whether an area is beneficial or not, and by remembering this from playthrough to playthrough, you will be able to start making, you know, highly informed decisions about like whether or not you're going to find allies or not. So, what is this game about? What's the goal here? I think I've been particularly bad about like describing what we're actually doing here. The storyline of this game is fairly simple. The king of our little empire here is very sick, and there is a relic that we are looking for, or there's a thing that we're looking for. Aha, ha, ha, very nice. There's a thing that we're looking for that's going to help heal him. We have 600 days. Sprites. We have 600 days to find this thing. So where is this thing? Well, it is somewhere in the world, and it is entirely randomly generated where it is, right? In order for us to find where it is, we are going to find pieces of a map. So you might have noticed there, I found a scroll laying on the ground there. That scroll is one of 8 relics, and on top of the 8 relics, there are a series of like, I don't know, like 15 or 20 like named bad guys in the world, each one of whom contains a piece to the map. As I kill the bad guys, and as I find these things, that's where that connected to, okay. And as I find these relics, I expose parts of the map. So if I can look at this, I can look at the puzzle pieces here, and you'll see that on the middle left there, one of the puzzle pieces pops in. With all of the characters defeated, and with all of the relics found, I will have a full map of where the thing is, right? And it might be on this continent. There are actually 4 continents in this world. And so it could be on any of the 4 continents, it could be laid anywhere. And it's not going to be visible on the map. When I find the spot that I think has it, I have to go in here and I have to hit search this area, right? This is an option in the menu. If I select to search the area, it takes 1 week of in-game time, so 5 days. This game has 5-day weeks. It will take 1 week of in-game time, and will consume a bunch of resources. If I do not find the relic, if I'm in the wrong spot, then that time and resources are wasted. So then I have to search again. So you can't just go randomly searching. I've only got 600 days. Each search costs 5 of those days. I could potentially randomly search a few times, but I can't do that consistently. So the goal is to find this relic. It's going to be hidden in the map. We've got to search when we think we've found it. And in order to find it, we got to find, kill all of these things and find these, kill the bad guys, find the resources, right? That's the general gist of the game. So what am I doing right now? Right now, it's the beginning of the game, and I am just exploring the map. I am going to places that I know contain helpful things. And I'm seeing what helpful things, because the game is randomly generated each time. Each time you decide to play it, the game is randomly generated. The map itself, like the way it is designed, is not randomly generated, but what goes on it is randomly generated. So in each one of these spots that I know has something good, each time I play, it's going to have something different but good on it. In most of the cases, it's going to be these chests you're seeing. Sometimes it's going to be the relics that I'm looking for. In some cases, it's going to be creatures that want to join my party. But the creatures that want to join my party look identical to the enemies that want to fight me. And at this point in the game, I really can't handle all but even the simplest fights, and all the fights are random as well. So I actually, like, don't want to get into any fights with anything on the map. In the long term, when we start doing speed runs of this game, we don't want to get in fights with anything on the map because the fights are going to be slow. But right now, I just don't want to get into fights because that will take too much time and money and effort. Well, it's mostly just too much money that I don't have yet. So what are these, like, chests that I'm picking up? Well, each one has something different in it. Oh, it was this area that I was looking for. Whoops, mistake. So this one, for instance, we find a treasure cache. So we have we can either take the 300 gold, which we need gold to recruit stuff, or we can distribute the gold to my peasants, which increase my leadership, because I'm not just out here on my own. I have an army, and I also have a series of, like, peasants and servants following me. So I can distribute this gold I just found to them, which increases my leadership stat. You will always want to distribute your gold to your peasants, increasing your leadership stat as much as possible. At least that's my thoughts on it. And that's how I always did it growing up. Because as you increase your leadership stat, you can carry a bigger army with you. So the question was just posited in chat, how do I level up? I'm guessing the crux of that question is, how do I become strong enough to fight these things that I'm currently ignoring? The answer to that lies in the Army tab. If I look at my army, you'll notice that I don't fight. I don't fight as part of this army. You'll notice as part of my army, I have 20 peasants and 20 militias. And so the way that I get stronger is by hiring stronger and better characters to join my army. This is either by finding them as part of, like, you know, bands that want to join me in the field, or I can hire them from certain places. Now, you've already noticed me walk into certain of those, like, tree house looking places. The reason I poke into my head into one of those every time I see it is because they will always contain one type of creature that I can hire. And specifically, the tree houses could potentially allow me to hire elves. Elves are awesome. Elves are very powerful ranged units. So in this game, ranged combat is the king. There is no reason to engage in melee combat for most of the game. You'll also notice these things. These are also ways to hire things. You can hire wolves here, you can hire peasants here. Each one of these sections has like a subset of creatures you could potentially hire off of them. Like I said, these are elves. These guys in these little green plug suits here firing their bows. This is an elf, but I don't remember if that's a spot that spawns a positive thing or an enemy. So I don't know if that's going to try and fight me as soon as I touch him. That's one of the things we're going to try and learn and have to learn before we start doing speed runs, is exactly which spots have good and bad things. This is one of the things we're looking for. These are orcs. These are also ranged combatants. So we will hire as many of these as we can. We can recruit up to 44 of them. We're going to recruit 44 of them. The reason we can recruit up to 44, so this hill, there are 210 orcs here. They cost 75 gold each to recruit, and I can recruit up to 44 of them. The reason I can recruit up to 44 of them is because that's what my leadership skill allows. I cannot control a band of orcs larger than 44. But we're going to do this. What's the button? There it is. Okay. So I've now recruited 44 orcs. That increases the size of my army significantly. My army is now way stronger than it was a second ago. And I could now probably even take on some of these weaker fights, but the thing is, I don't know which of these fights are weak and which ones aren't, so we're not going to go into any of these fights yet. Also important to note is that there is a weekly, I have to pay out my army every week. So every week I get some money from my king, I get a stipend, but then I have to pay it out. So for instance, if you look right now on this thing, this was the 8th week. So we've been out here for 40 days already. On hand at the end of the week, I had 19,000. I got paid 3,000 from the castle. I paid 500 for the boat, and I paid 428 for my current army, which left me with a balance of about 21,000 and change. So I'm actually gaining money right now. My money is going up. I am making more in stipends each week. Peering through a magical orb, you're able to view the entire continent. Your map of this area is complete. This is the map. Oh, I clicked off of it. Let me look at the continent map. This is the map of the continent. I can click, now that I have it revealed, because I found that item, I can click and I can expose all the different areas, and it shows me all kinds of different stuff. So it'll show me the geography of the area, where I have and have not yet explored, and so on and so forth, right? Very useful item to pick up, although not the most useful. As I said, there are 4 continents and 8 relics, so each continent has 2 relics on it, exactly. Each continent also has a number of the named bad guys. Now you'll notice I've been passing a bunch of like forts and castles. These forts and castles are where the bad guys live. We won't know which one until we get a contract for it and go into it. We could also just walk up to the front gates and it'll tell us if there's a bad guy living there. The bad guy fights are very tough. We'll have to make sure that we get very, very high level. We'll need to level up our character very, very far. Or level up our army. Sorry, I said level up our character. We want to level up our army very, very far before we can do that. Now, we're in a tough spot here. Normally, by the time I get all the way around the edge of the continent, which actually there's a couple more spots that I can hit in the bottom middle. But generally, by the time I get all the way around the continent and have viewed everything that can be viewed by the ocean, I generally hope to have the ability to move to the next continent. The map to the next continent is one of the items you can find in these chests. At this point, I have gone all the way around the continent, and I have not yet gotten the ability to move to the next continent. This is pretty bad because it means that I'm kind of stuck here. Each continent in succession has way stronger characters in it, way stronger like better treasures to find, better allies to pick up, so on and so forth. So we've hit a couple of bad things here right from the beginning. If I, again, look at my continent map, you can see that I've now filled out pretty much everything. In order for me to, like, unlock the last of the black areas, I have to go deep inland, which means fighting my way through. There are no enemies that can go onto the water. The water is always a safe zone. As long as I'm in my boat and sailing around, it is always a safe zone. So the question then becomes, what do I do now? So I've not found the means to go to the next continent, nor have I found really all that many ways of powering up my army. I have found orcs, which are good, but I have not found elves. Elves are the other thing that are going to be helpful here. So the only thing I can do really now is to go back to the castle, and I can recruit some soldiers here. Specifically, I'm going to recruit some archers. Now, archers are very expensive. Remember that the orcs only cost 75 per head to recruit. Archers cost 250. They're extremely expensive. I also cannot command that many of them. So I'm only going to grab 20 of them. Tempted to regain your seat through petting, it has failed. Oh. So I'm going to grab 20 of these archers, and they're going to join my army here. And now, with an army of 20 peasants, 20 militias, 44 orcs, and 20 archers, I now have to do my best to try and cut through the interior parts of this continent. This might not go particularly well. My goal here is to attack areas that I know contain positive things. So my peasants can move, my militias can move. You might wonder why I move the militia forward and then move them back. It's because, as I mentioned earlier, melee in this game is not good. Because both attacker and defender get a chance to deal damage to each other at the same time. Both attacker and defender get a chance to do damage to each other at the same time. This means that while my 20 peasants and 20 militia will do damage to the enemy will also do damage to them. And while if we kill them, it just means that that's one enemy off the map. When we lose a unit, we lose that unit permanently and have to re-recruit it somewhere. Now, the areas that we recruit these creatures refresh over time. It is so much more efficient to make sure that we lose nobody in a fight. Can I forget my seat? It's the best I'm going to get. Now I can focus on the game. The fight, if we lose nobody in the fight, that's much better. So we want to be focusing on range combat much more than melee combat. This is an enemy orc. So our melee attackers are just going to like walk back and forth on our side of the map, not doing anything of note, while our archers and orcs do all the work. And in these early fights, I've got plenty. I'm more than strong enough to handle this. This is also an enemy fight. Okay. I think the order of operations here is to take out... Ooh, I only killed 4 of the orcs in that shot. Because I've got to kill the sprites. The sprites can fly, which means that it doesn't feel... It's not balanced. It's not balanced in any way, shape, or form. There is no balance in this game. That's the... It's an old game. Now there are certain things that are balanced in the sense that like melee does stronger damage against some ranged units, especially like spellcaster type units and yada yada yada. There's the ring. All right, so that's the second piece. So now we have both of the. Oh, that's an ogre. Do I really want to fight an ogre right now? The answer is not really, but I don't want to fight a. Don't necessarily want to fight a band of nomads either. Ooh. This is kind of yucky. Those nomads are... They move twice in a turn, like my militia do. They're also pretty strong. I'm gonna put you in front just in case. I'm less scared of 1 orc than I am of 4 nomads. All right, nomads are dead. Yeah, okay. We managed to hold out for that. I'm just gonna move you back. You shoot the orcs, you're gonna shoot the peasants. Yeah, there is not anything in the line of balance. Like, you've got to know what's good in this game and what isn't. Alright, increase my... Alright, we're gonna have to fight an ogre. 2 ogres in this fight. And also the battlefield is randomly generated each time. You'll notice that my peasant is actually locked in place. He actually can't move. I find that very funny. He's actually locked in place for his first turn. He actually could not move even if I wanted him to. I'm going to shoot the ogre. The ogre's going to take several shots. I sat on the cat. No, don't sit on the cat. No. All right, the ogre. You'll notice I shot the ogre and none died. Like, ogres are, like, actually pretty tanky. And it's going to take several shots for me to even bring one of them down. There's the first one that went down. Meanwhile, their orcs get to shoot at us sort of unimpeded. I'm gonna move my militias to hit this. Peasants don't die. Two of my militia died. That's very unfortunate. Oh, no ogre deaths yet. All right, the peasants got 0 deaths and swung back for 4. So now the enemy peasants are dead. This militia is gonna retreat from this ogre. All right. Ogre died. So we've actually suffered our first set of casualties. The benefit of that is that we don't have to pay out those militia members that are dead. You know, they're dead. Oh, right. This is our chance to gain spell casting. I don't need that right now. I don't have the 5,000. Well, I do have the 5,000 coins for it. I'll come back to it. Your character can learn how to cast spells. And these can affect battle, and it can affect, you know, moving around on the world map. I don't tend to put much stock in the spells. I don't ever, like, cast many of them. But again, so this is just me, but again, I'm just learning the base part of the game. There's a good chance that a lot of the stuff that I intuited as a kid are actually not that useful when, like, playing the kid, like, are actually wrong. And it's quite possible that a lot of the stuff that I think I know is just absolutely incorrect and not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, let's do this, I guess. And I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to be watching some other... you know, for right now, all I'm doing is just playing the game. I just want to just remind myself of the game, try and figure some things out. But there is one thing that I'm going to do, which is I'm going to watch other the speedruns that happen. And I'm going to see what their the speedruns that already exist, see what their decisions were. Oh, that's not a friendly. I thought that dwarf was actually going to join us. So the game contains all of your fantasy staples: dwarves, elves, orcs, peasants. It also has dragons. You can recruit dragons. Dragons are one of the few exceptions to the statement that melee is useless in this game. Dragons are one of the few exceptions. They're incredibly high health, make it so is that they just basically never die. Yes, you can get dragons. Even just one dragon changes... Yeah, I gained a spell, so I can cast a bridge spell. Even just having access to one dragon on your army changes the game significantly. And you can potentially gain access to a number of them. You have like an army of dragons. Which is super fun. Very strong. So, for me, the hierarchy of units are basically ranged units on top, then, like, dragons in the middle. Elms, useless. Wolves want to join. I'm going to decline the wolves. I don't need them on my team. You shoot the wolves, you shoot the orcs. Man, we are having a pretty rough run. I imagine that in a speed run, this is a reset. My guess would be that where I had an actual speed run, this is a reset. I just got very unlucky. I would bet there are some units that are actually more useful. So for some reason, I don't know why this is, all right? This is a town. You can't do much in towns. The towns are basically useless. One of the things you're gonna do is you're gonna get the contracts for the bad guys that'll tell you like what fort they're standing in. Not that it matters, because you can't tell the forts by name unless you approach it anyway, so it doesn't actually help you figure out, like, you know, where they are. But having the contract on hand before you do the fight is I believe it gives you better gold reward. But anyway, you can find and kill the bad guys without getting their respective contracts, but I think it's better if you have the contract. This is obviously a town. The first area is where I bought a boat, so I could cancel my boat rental, but I just need another one. As you may have noticed, it is required to have a boat to explore. I can gather information, which I believe just simply tells us about whether or not this will tell us like whether or not there is a bad guy in the most local fort, I believe. I think that's the case. I'm not entirely sure. Then I can buy spells. Each town has a single spell that they're able to teach me. It usually costs a lot of money. And then I can buy a siege weapon, which is required to attack. So I'm actually going to buy the siege weapon now, just so that I've got it. You'll see on the right-hand side the panel lit up to say that I now access siege weapon. You just need those because you can't attack the forts without it. The mechanics in this game are very simple. It is not very complicated. This is a much stronger enemy unit than I was expecting to fight, but that's fine. The gnomes are just going to move uselessly. The archers are going to shoot and kill no one. Nice. We are now going to focus on the elves. They are dead, and now we're going to focus on the gnomes. The gnomes are actually pretty hardy. Peasants are the weakest enemies in the game by a significant distance. So we're going to ignore them pretty much entirely, and we're going to try and kill as many of these gnomes as quickly as possible before they close in. If there is an enemy standing right next to one of your ranged units, they cannot attack. They cannot shoot, rather. So if an enemy successfully closes and is standing right next to one of my archers, my archers or my orcs, they will not be able to make a ranged attack, and that's a problem. Well, shoot at the elves, I guess. So if you're really lucky, a casual run of this game can be done in like a couple hours. If not, it can take a little longer. But if you know what you're doing, like I said, the speed runs that I've been seeing come in at anywhere from about an hour and 20 minutes to about 30 minutes. There's also a couple of different categories for this game. There's a couple of different speedrun categories for this game that can determine like the rule set that you use to play through the game. One of them that is particularly interesting to me is the progression percent, which is that you need to actually clear each. You kind of need to completely clear each continent in order. So normally, like I said, right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the way into the next continent because the next continent has greater rewards than this one does. So I'm trying as quickly as possible to get to the next. Ooh. Skeletons, not useful. And then I'll check these just for S&Gs. There's nothing good that comes out of those like carts. There are occasionally some things that come out of the tombs that can be useful. But as a rule, there is nothing useful that comes out of the carts. The only thing that's like even close to good, I would say, that comes out of the carts are barbarians, because barbarians are very strong in melee combat. But again, they're meleeers, so if you can load your entire army up with ranged units, why would you ever use melee units? With few exceptions. So like if you were really if you were playing the game and you were really in dire straits and you had like no options, you were like really getting short on options, you could potentially run some of the stronger melee units, like the barbarians Or if you were really in dire straits, you could run an ogre. A few ogres. But really, like, at the end of the day, you just want to put as many ranged fighters as possible in your army. Wow, we've pretty much combed... Wow, we are... This would absolutely be a reset, by the way. If we were, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to cancel our boat rental and reboat it. That's the way it shows up right here. That cost us 500 gold. Now, the, come on. This thing eats my inputs like crazy. This game eats my inputs like crazy. Now, I believe there are additional intricacies of the combat system that I don't necessarily know about. For instance, I know, one of the things I do know is that, like, peasants deal actually 0 damage to dragons. Now, even just from their stat alignment, with dragons being the strongest character and peasants being the weakest, you'll basically never see a peasant deal any real damage to a dragon anyway, just by their stats, just by their basic stats, right? But it's actually hard calculated into the game that peasants can deal 0... They're unable to deal any damage to dragons. So I believe there are, like, harder, like, more in-depth concepts in the combat system. I just don't know about them. And that's something I will probably learn as I go to learn this game deeper. What am I still... My god. I'm getting actually raked over the coals with this RNG right now. That's annoying. Get the gnomes. I have the opposite. I do. So I tell you, anytime a game can throw RNG at me, it will kill me with that RNG. Jesus Christ. 2 sets of archers and sprites. Sprites can fly across the map, which means that they don't have to worry about, like, moving across the map like the other melee characters do. Yikes. Oof. Ouch. These archers are actually going to try and get some hits. Okay, no archers died. One of my archers just died. Damn. Hit the wolves. We don't have the ability to, like, spend shots on the wolves, unfortunately, so they had to get into combat. Yeah, see, we're having to engage in these harder fights simply because we're, like, having to explore deep into the continent because we're not getting the one thing that I need. Okay, now we're back to here. This is not necessarily where I want to be. Wasn't there a... Alright, there's a chest up there. Oh, 0 die. Also, all the, like... We lost another archer. God. This is, very bad. Though all of the attacks are die rolls. You know, they all do damage, based on die rolls. Which are then compared to the opposing unit's stats and stuff like that. So there is a bit of variance. Wow, still nothing, huh? There is a bit of variance. Like, whenever you make an attack, it's going to do some variable amount of damage. And, okay, now I'm at the top. Oof, what another team to go up against. 0 die. Lost another archer. Alright, we're gonna have to go back and require and like the problem is I don't even know where I've gotta hit the wolves. Wow, I didn't even kill all the wolves. This is bad. Lost another archer. 3 die. 1 die. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the... I don't want to fight the ogres. Also, there's nothing else for me up here. It's literally gonna be in the last spot that I look. This was orcs, right? Yes. We're gonna recruit more orcs. Where the heck was our boat? It was up. It was up here. There it is. Okay. We're gonna have to go back and recruit more... Oh, I believe... No, not here. What am I still missing? Alright. Oh, okay. The right side of the main island. Okay. That's probably where it is. I need to go recruit more archers. Are you friendly, orc? No. Couldn't remember if that was a enemy spot or an ally spot. Oh, the wolf moved in a very weird way. Don't know why the wolf moved that way, but that is beneficial because it's going to give me an extra turn in case this doesn't kill it. Doesn't matter, there's only 2 of them. They definitely died. Got him. Okay. Ah, the sprites were... Okay. I thought there was one positive... I didn't remember there being 2 enemies on that little island. And I was correct, but I couldn't remember what the, Damn. Is there any chance I could lure you guys, like, way over here? And then, like, do this? Hey, that's not where it is. It's over further. It is here. There's no way. Did I just miss it? Have I had the path and I haven't just missed it? Let's fly it. Let's roll out and see. Nope, I don't have it. I didn't think I missed it. That's wild. I'm like gaslighting myself now, thinking like, oh, you probably just got it and like just missed it. Alright, we recruit soldiers, archers. Let's grab all 13. Okay, up go this. There wasn't anything there yet. Okay. This way. Oh, you might be noticing that each time a week goes by, we get that pop-up and it says it's the week of X. Like that one was the week of the pikemen. What does that mean? That means that all of the areas that allow you to recruit that particular unit have refilled. Right? So, like I said, when in that orc hole, there was like, what did it say? It said like 210 orcs in it, right? If you have a high enough, you know, oh man, this guy's gonna live. All right, I'm gonna have to fight him with my militia. Shoot, he didn't die. I'm gonna have to melee him with my freaking orcs. That's unhappy making. Oh, he didn't. Okay, he can only fight back once a turn, apparently. I forgot that part of the mechanic. So he wasn't able to fight back against my, he wasn't able to fight back against my orc when my orc shot him. Dwarves, man. Very hardy. Alright, killed a couple of my peasants. The peasants literally don't matter, so I'm okay with losing a couple of them. Again. Is there one up here at all? Yes, there is. This could not be worse. This basically could not be a worse first try for this run. There we go. All right. That's another fight down. I mean, we're making a lot of gold because with every kill we make more gold. That's... Oh, that is an enemy. Heck. I thought that guy was... I thought for sure that was gonna try and join me. Killed the wolves and the 2 sprites. Thankfully the nomad didn't move well, so I'm actually gonna take some shots at the dwarves instead, I think. Yeah, this nomad's getting caught in all kinds of angles and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna keep, for now I'm gonna keep shooting at the dwarves. There we go, dwarves are down. So he's gonna end up adjacent to my yeah, he's gonna end up adjacent to my archer, but that's not gonna matter because the archer can move. We're gonna move the orcs up 1. We're gonna have them take a shot at the nomads. We're gonna have the archers move up and take a shot at the nomads. 2 nomads die. Alright. Gonna attack my archers. None of them are gonna die, and we retaliate, killing the 1. Alright, that was a weird fight, but it didn't go too bad. Teleport spell, come on. Thank you! Maps and charts detailing passage to Forestria. Thank you. Could not have been worse. Where the hell is my... Could not have been worse. Off to Forestria. Now that's only 1 of 4 continents. The goal here is to get to the later continents as quickly as possible, because again, they have the best loot and the best things that will want to join you. Making these quick probing attacks mostly because I just don't remember what's here. I don't remember if these things are going to try and kill me, or if they're going to try and, or if they're just going to be treasure chests. So obviously I'm looking for treasure chests wherever possible, like here. My map of the area is already complete. That's a interesting start, first chest to hit. Increase my leadership. Hey, map's going to Archipelia. Okay, so I would normally go, or well, you might think that I might want to go straight to Archipelia because I found the map, but actually there's so much potential to find right on the, you know, right on the front edge here. Right on the edge of the water, rather, that I'm gonna keep exploring the edge of the water. That just means that I guaranteed don't have to, like, figure out a way through. Alright, or ogres are not interesting. I guarantee do not have to find a way through, like, the interior now. Like, I've got the thing that I'm here for. I'm just not leaving right away. I'm still gonna try and, find the things. I think this is... God, I don't remember... I think that wants to join me, but I absolutely cannot remember, and I'm not gonna risk it. That's a Cyclops, I think, or a Giant. Yep, that's an Ogre. An Orc. There was a chest by the wolf. I know there was, but I couldn't get to it without touching the wolf. Because what you... Oh, shield. There's one of the two things for this area. Because what... Yeah, so not only are the, like, you know, drops on this area stronger, but so will be the enemy armies. The enemy armies will contain stronger enemies and higher, like, many, many more of them. Okay, one more spell that I can hold on to and a bit more increase in my leadership skill. So these enemies are going to be way stronger than the ones I was dealing with in the last continent, so I don't want to fight any of them right now. Absolutely hard no on fighting any of these things right now. Alright. Just more gold. Increasing my weekly income. So yeah, these chests, some of them contain raw gold that I can, like, you know, take for myself or give out to my peasants, increasing my leadership skill. Some of them contain, like, some of them represent an area of, like, value that, like, I can report back to, that I report back to my king. And it increases my weekly take. It increases my weekly stipend, rather. So over time, my weekly stipend will get bigger and bigger. That's going to teleport me, probably. Yep. I'm now, like, dangerous because I'm in land now, and I gotta... Oh, touch... Okay. That was close. Zombies not interested. Some of the chests contain, like, spells. They'll teach me spells. Some of them contain the ability for me to have more spells, because there's like a maximum of the number of spells that you can have at any given time. Ooh, elves? Elves? Elves! Let's fucking go! Max out on the number of elves. Let's fucking go. Elves have a higher chance of spawning in Forestria. So this is, if you don't find them in Continentia, you will almost certainly find them here. Dragon! I don't think that's friendly. I would love if that were friendly, but I do not think that's friendly. Shoot, something in here is friendly, and I can't know what it was. I don't think it's the dragon, though. Fuck, there's a dragon fight that early, huh? Okay, we're done here. You can't tell, that's the problem. You just have to remember. Is it on a spot that contained a chest last time I played? If so, it's friendly. That's what I was saying at the very beginning, is that, that's what I was saying at the very beginning. Some areas always produce, or an area always produces the same kind of thing. If it produces an enemy, it's always going to produce an enemy. If it produces a treasure chest or a creature that wants to join you, it will always produce a positive thing. The game does not tell you this at all. You just have to recognize this in multiple playthroughs by recognizing, hey, last time I played this, there was a chest there, and this time I played it, there was a thing that... Druids! I may recruit none! Druids! We need to get rid of our peasants. How do I... Yes, dismiss the peasants. Go away, peasants! Druids! Pog! Alright, we're now very strong. We are now very strong. Yeah, you just basically had to, like, intuit, like, Hey, last time I played this game, that area had a treasure chest in it. This time it had a creature that wants to join me. And last time I played, this area had a monster, and this time I played, it's also got a monster on it that are gonna fight me. Maybe the game always uses the same spawn for each zone, and it turns out that is literally the case. It always uses the same kind of spawn for each area. Can I get you to come up here? Why are the druids so good? Druids are just very strong ranged fighters. It literally just boils down to they shoot at range and they hit harder than even my, like, archers. There is one other kind of enemy that I will be looking for. Hold on, I need to check my continent map here. Alright, there is, yeah, one more zone below me. There's one more ranged combatant type that I'm looking for that'll fill out my, that'll fill me out here. Ooh, I will take more orcs. Absolutely. Like 50 more orcs. At this point, we are very strong. The one other type of ranged fighter we're looking for are called Arc Magi. Arc Magi. That's the last, like, piece to this puzzle, at which point we can just start, like, clearing the game. Also, well, and then optionally dragons. Arc Magi, optionally dragons. Hello, Mr. Barbarian, come over here. I move slightly faster than the enemies do, especially on my boat. And can outmaneuver enemies while on my boat. Nope. Not gonna fight that. So I can generally outmaneuver them so that I can get access to chests and stuff they're guarding. But that is not a guarantee, and I think that's friendly, but I'm not sure. Arc Magi! Trolls. Trolls are really strong, but no. Saharia, there's the map to the last of the continents. That, I'm almost certain, is a friendly barbarian, but I am not certain enough to make the chance. At these, in these last two continents, Archipelaga and Saharia, I don't ever want to take chances unless I'm, like, super strong, because one enemy can end my game. One fight with pretty much anything will end my game. So unless I, like, know something for a fact, I'm not going to engage with fights on this continent or the last continent. I will not do it. Because any fight can end my game here. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, any fight can end my game. Oh, crown. That's actually... Oh, in the book! Look at that! Insane, back to back. Zombies, not interested. Insane. I don't like this. I'm going very deep in. Damn. Elves that I cannot remember or guarantee in any way, shape, and form are friendly. Went from a bad run to a pretty good run. I mean, at this point, we're okay. It just took me a long... You're pretty much guaranteed to get here. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to get here. We took very long to get to this point in the run. Like, you're kind of guaranteed to get here at some point. It's just how long it takes you. Did we not finish exploring in here? Guess we didn't, huh? Oh, there is a small island up to the north. Okay. So we have to go to that one. Actually, let's do this faster. We're going to go to Frustria. Then as soon as we're back, we're going to go out. And we're going to go back to Archipelago because that drops me in near the top, I think. Yep. So that should be... Yeah, I just got to go this way. And I mean, it's going very quickly because each, you know, I menu through these things very quickly. But it should be noted that, like, if you remember correctly, in our first zone, in the first continent, in the first map, we were finding things that increased our skill by like 6 to 9, maybe 10, right? Here we're finding plots of gold that are like many times bigger and are increasing our leadership skill by like 60, 70 at a time. So that's why moving on to this moving into these later continent areas is something you want to do as quickly as possible. The more time that you have to spend clearing out Continentia, you know, the worse your run is. All right, we are now in Saharia. This area, my knowledge of it is very thin on the ground, I have to admit. Because almost no runs actually spend a lot of time here, at least because most of the time, as a function of the fact that, like, the world map, like, we're looking for an item that we get these puzzle pieces for, as a function of that being the case, you don't actually need to kill all the bad guys or, like, clear all the bad guys, right? So you're not actually going to spend that much time fighting on this continent, because chances are, after you get all of the relics and you start clearing a few of the bad guys, there's a good chance that you just know where the relic is going to be. Also, enemies can't follow me onto the sands either. Just like they can't follow me into the water, they can't follow me onto these sands. So even though I move very slow on the sand, it is still beneficial for me to be out here walking around on it because I know I'm safe. But it is very slow, so, like, you gotta realize, like, there is a time limit to this game. Time is steadily ticking along until our king dies. But, like, that just increased my skill by 230. Remember, in the first zone, we were increasing it by 6 to 9 at a time. Like, this is where we get huge. This is where we get absolutely huge. We increase our leadership skill to the point that, like, we're going to be controlling an utterly massive army. All right, it should be noted that right now my army is costing me more than my income is allowing. Giants. Right now my army is costing more than my income is allowing because I'm actually losing money each week. So I am going to have to, like, find a source of... Oh. Okay. Oh, there's the sword. I am going to need to find a source of money. Ooh, I almost got caught on the freaking terrain. I am going to need to find either a source of money or start taking from these chests. I mean, this increases my weekly income by 244. Like, that's pretty big. So, like, every time I find a chest like that, my weekly income increases by a significant amount, and I start to, like, be able to handle... you know, a bigger and bigger army. Maximum spell capacity increased. I'm gonna take that 3,100 gold just to make sure that I've got a, like... just to make sure that I've got a fund. to keep spending. Yeah, right now it looks like I'm about evening out. I'm not gaining or losing any money. Dragon, are you friendly? Is there any chance you're friendly? What is the chance? God, I don't know this area well enough. Demons. All right, I am now in the northeast corner of the map. Oh, sure. Oh, our models touched, but thankfully the hitbox did not register. Ever worth it for future runs to take that kind of chance, even if it ruled the run this time? Abso-freaking-loot. Dragons! 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 Dragon Hill! Dragon Hill, get! Dismiss. Militias. Recruit. Oh my god. Let's see, they cost 5,000 each. This is it. This game's over. This run's over. Oh, I can't. Oh, because they're 5,000 each. I only have 6. Well, let's get 2 of them. Okay, we're now like out of gold, which means that we have to get back to town. That I believe is friendly druids, but I cannot take that chance. We now have to start making money, like ASAP. We are out of money. Increase my spell power by 1, and then it vanishes. Yada yada. We've now got a motor. All right, I'm gonna take the 2,000 gold just so that I've got a bit of pocket change. Ooh, archmages. Oh, archmages. I will replace my orcs with archmages in a split second. But I don't know that those are friendly. I would replace my orcs with archmages in literally a split second. All right, where's my boat? It was along the bottom, but I don't know where. Oh, I think I'm losing money pretty fast. I didn't stop to look. Let's look at the continent map. It's over to the right more. Alright, I'm gonna go to Forestria. And I'm gonna start engaging in a couple of fights here, because I should be able to handle myself for these fights with what I've got here. And as I do these fights, I'll be making money. Hit the gnomes, I think. All right. $2,700. And I should be able to just, like, comb through this whole territory now and take... let me distribute. Elves. Yes, I want elves. Give me, like... 200. 10 is 2,000. 20 is 4,000. Let's do that. Oh shit, I've got 69 elves. Nice! I got 69 elves, nice. Okay, once I get enough gold that I'm confident that I'm not about to, like, lose it just from, like, army maintenance costs, we will be... going back to the first continent, we'll be starting to do... we'll be starting to clear out the bad guys in the forts. And then we'll be gunning it hard towards the end of the game at that point. Oh, wrong click. I misclicked. That was supposed to be the wolves. I'm actually not gonna attack with the dragon this turn. We can still technically lose a dragon in these fights. We can still technically lose a dragon, and I'm not about that. We need more archers. Can you shoot? Yeah, you can. Okay. The druids only get 2 shots. Sprite's useless. The druids only get 2 shots per fight. Once they shoot twice, they're done. Alright, we did a loop. Alright, we got a little bit of money. Let's move... Oh, we're losing at 2,000 at a time. Alright, we gotta move. Continentia. Get our new contract. Now we just gotta move. We gotta hit, we gotta take the most efficient path to go, fort by fort. Various groups of monsters. Venture on. Various group of monsters. Venture on. I will fight this ogre fight. We are now in a good spot to... Various groups of monsters. Yeah, we were already here. To be, like, gunning towards the end of the game here. This was also... Yeah, this was the first one we saw. Okay. We are not quite strong enough to, like, actually, like, clear the, like, strongest parts of the game, though. I will say, that's for sure, we are actually not strong enough to clear, like, the highest parts of the game. We would need to, like, increase our army size significantly, in order to fight some of the, like, later game, like, forts. But, again, we don't need to. Canagor the Mystic. Alright, let's get his contract. Hack the Rogue. Maimola. Ooh. Oh, I don't... Oh, I can't get Canagor the... Okay, Canagor the Mystic's the last one. I can't get his yet until I clear all the other ones. Let's group some monsters. Dread Pirate Rob. Alright, where is the nearest town? I need to get Dread Pirate Rob's... I will fight this. There's a town over here somewhere. It's up here? There it is. Get new contract. Contract. There it is. Dread Pirate Rob. We're skipping through some of the easier fights right up to a much harder one, but that's because that's the one we found. Okay. That's a kind of terrifying set of enemies. Alright, all the archers went down in one. That's very helpful. I think I'm going to blast you with the... yeah. I think I'm going to blast you with the druid, so... we'll take out these militias. The druid... man, the druid's in a rough spot. Just have you blast the elf. 20 elves die. God, what do I want to do with the dragon? The dragon's very strong. I think we're going to stick you here and have you fight the elf, who shouldn't do any damage, any real damage to you. The militias are going to be able to move and get into melee range with some stuff. The barbarians kill two of the... or the dragons kill two of the barbarians. We need to kill this... oh, all 60 of them dropped in one shot. Alright, we're fine. We are now perfectly set up to win this. Second shot from the druid should do it, and we're done. Alright. Yeah, we just got a ton of money. And we can garrison... I don't know why you would do this, but you can garrison troops. Like, you can actually stick troops here. I think the benefit of that is that, like, you can technically have control of way more troops than your leadership skill would suggest by having them garrisoned. And that way later on you can come back around. Like, if you lose some in combat, you can come back around here and grab them. This is really beneficial for... this can be really beneficial, I suppose, for, like, melee heavy builds that are going to lose them, or instances where, like, you want to recruit different sets of units and have access to them for different fights along in the future, but I don't find that to be particularly necessary. Okay. Let's continue. All right. So we took out one. We took out Dread Pirate Rob. That actually gave us a piece of the puzzle as well, by the way. We can take a look at the puzzle piece. You see Dread Pirate Rob is in the bottom right there next to the anchor, which we have not yet found the anchor, by the way. But he opened up a part of this, so now we're looking and we can see, all right, well, we can start to maybe see that, you know, it's probably on this... there's actually a good chance that it's on this continent. It can be on any of the 4 continents. But there, it looks like there's actually a good chance that it's on this continent. Various group of monsters. Never mind. We're gonna keep moving. Does this lead to a fort? I don't remember. No, it doesn't. It's a dead end. Murray the Miser. That's the first one. Here we go. So you see, as opposed to the last guy who had a bunch of, like, archers and militiamen, Murray the Miser is much less well set up. He's just got a bunch of, he's got a whole smorgasbord of peasants. And that's his, like, primary setup here. Our 2 dragons just killed his whole army pretty much in one go. Alright, there's Murray the Miser. Done. Next. I'm still losing money. Oh, I can... oh, by the way, I can go get promoted. I should go do that, because that increases my monthly payout as well. My weekly payout as well. Baron Jono McCall. So we need to go find a town here and get the quest for Jono McCall. Baron Jono McCall. Alright. Most important thing to kill off here, I'd say, would be the archers. And then the orcs. At least we'll put a ding into there. I want to bring down as many of these wolves as possible. This is a little iffy, I have to admit. Yeah, I'm going to blitz down the rest of these wolves. That was a very strong attack used to deal with a very weak enemy, but it was necessary. Alright, now obviously we're going to, well, you're going to take care of some dwarves. I think. And then we're going to shoot down these trolls. Do I think my 20 druids will kill the trolls in one shot? Oh, well, doesn't matter. We killed both of them with the elves. Alright. Alright, there's General McCall done. So that's 3 of them done. Groups of monsters. There are way more forts than there are actual bad guys. So, like, a lot of the forts are just simply occupied by unnamed groups of monsters. Was there ever an area that I didn't really explore? Yeah, the middle. Looked at that one, looked at that one, looked at that one, that one. I looked at that one. The ones on the right... Oh, there's one, like, on the right, I think? There's also one in the top right. There's one like in the middle right and one in the all the way up on the top right that I don't think I've explored yet. Can this get to the by land? Yes, by going up and around. So let's fight this guy real quick. I've got to kill the orc, I guess. Kill the ogres. Fly and kill the peasants. And then this will have to go up and around to get where I'm going, but that's fine. Guess we're gonna fight some gnomes along the way. Princess Almola. There is no town right here, unfortunately, so I have to double back to here. All right. After we've take out the princess, we'll take a quick look at the puzzle again and see if we got a better idea of where we're at. Alright, obviously the sprites have to go down first. Followed, I think, by these skeletons. Although... let's bring down these ogres. They seem very strong. Alright, everyone focus on the zombies. Oh, easy fight. Okay. Okay. There's the princess. So now we look at our puzzle pieces from everyone that we've accumulated so far. That's not very helpful, is it? Let's look at our map. We're looking for an area in the mountains where the path is going up and to the right. It's a right-hand turn going up and to the right. But there's also another bit of green up and to the right, like past the inside edge of that corner. And it's all in the mountains. So it's either gonna be... I don't think it's actually on this continent. I don't think it's on this continent. There's not enough in the... There's only like 2 sections in the mountains here. And that's like top left and bottom left. So I don't think it's actually here, because I don't think it's either one of those. Right, because if we look at the puzzle pieces, we can see that, like, there's another set of green, both to the right and up to the very, very top right. Both to the left and to the top right. So this is like one path in a closed set of mountains. I actually think I know where this is, and if I'm right, that's terrifying. We might have gotten, like, the worst possible roll. But I think I know, I have a bad feeling I know where this is. We're going to cancel my boat contract and rent another one, so that the boat pops up here. We are going to... Can I look at the other maps? Only if I'm on the other continents. So what we're going to do is we're going to go off this continent, we're going to go to Frestria, and just for S&Gs, as soon as we get here, we're going to look at the map. Okay, we're looking for a 1-tile wide path that goes up and then to the right, where there are other paths tight around it. See, there's nothing like that here. Mountains occupy the entire top half of this map, but a lot of the paths are wider than that, wider than 1 tile. There's one spot. Where are you looking? Are you looking like middle upper left where there's a big white spot with a red spot next to it and directly above that? Center left. Yeah, so you got the white spot with the red spot directly next to it, and then directly above that is an L curve that fits the same profile, except there's no other white spots near it. That's like deep in the... That's like deep in the woods. Or that's like so deep in the mountains, there's no other white spot near it. We can take a look to see if that fits the profile, though. The best way to access it by sea is to go into the middle, but we can actually access it from pretty close to here. We're gonna have to fight our way through the interior of the island here, though, or of the zone here. Why does the white spot matter? Well, the white spot is just, I was just trying to make sure that we're talking about the same place by directing you to looking at the white spot. The white spot is just a fortress. It does not matter. What I'm talking about is that there needs to be more green around the path. That looked like it was deep in with no other paths nearby it. But we can definitely take a look to see if that fits the profile. No, it does not. This is the spot that we're talking about here. It's close, but you can see that there's no green to my left, and also the spot to my upper right does not quite fit. So you see, this is close, but it's not correct. See, on the left, there's a whole strip of green. So, like, this is very close, but it's not it. I'm talking about far left. There's a whole strip of far left there. See? Green, green, green. On the left. No green to the left over here. Just extended mountains. So this is not the right spot. It's close. It's very, very close. I'm looking. I don't see another potential spot. I am gonna walk through the island though. I am gonna walk through the whole continent though, because there is a chance that we find that it's here, and I just can't see it. There is a chance that it's here, and I just can't see it. I am losing money each month. I'm losing about 1.5k each month, but thankfully I've got a ton now. More elves. Let's grab elves. I can recruit 200. Let's grab, like, I don't know. Let's grab, like, 30 more elves. Yeah, it needs to turn the other direction. On the map. So we just walked through all that. None of that's good. Let's go up to the top. Let's go across the top here. Now there was a dragon up here somewhere that we gotta be really careful of. Yeah, right there. As I don't know if you're friendly or not. And I don't know that I'm ready to fight a dragon, even if it's only the second zone. Cancel the boat rental, rent a boat. Let's go up. Hold on, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to run away from a... We walked through here. Here? Oh my, wait. This is close, but I don't think this is right. Is this where you're talking about? This I do not believe is it. No. Because once again, look at the top right. So once again, look at the top right here. In the puzzle pieces here, the very top right square includes a blip of green in the top right, but then like 95% of it is covered in mountain. If we look here, there's actually a green strip, not a green blip, right? So this is not the right spot either. Close. Alright, I gotta get to where this dragon was. I gotta figure out what I'm doing about this freaking dragon, man. It's very close. There are several of these areas that are very close, but that's why you've got to take everything into account when looking at the area. Because close is not going to get me what I need to get. We're going to fight this guy. Gnomes is going to be a big no. Gnomes, more like gnomes. Get it? Because I'm not picking them up. Nothing down here. Sorry. Weekly income. Kill the ogre. Oh, shoot. Ah, well. I didn't fly my dragons over. I misclicked. Not a big problem. Alright, where are we at here? Alright. We are gonna check this area, because this is... No, that's not it either. That is, like, the closest we've come so far, though. That is the closest we've come so far, but that's not it either. Dwarves, nope. That is the closest we have come so far. Yeah, the problem is I have a bad feeling I know where this is, and if I'm right, then we might be in some trouble. Because if it's where I think it is like almost dead center in the last map in Forest. Oh, that's so close. Damn. Several parts of that are so close. Oh, I want right here to be it, but that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. Damn! So close. It's not what like trying to search? No, it's not worth it because I lose a lot of resources for that. We'll go up this length here. Yeah, we'll go to the left here and go up this internal jaunt just to see if this gives us what we're looking for, but I don't think it will. No, it's not worth trying until we know exactly where we're at. Any one of these, maybe? No. Like here? No, that's not it either. Bridge spells? No, that didn't do it. Yeah, well, at least I don't have to dig around in the forest for sure, but like, yeah, the other forest paths in the south are all way too wide. We've gone through all the interiors. Yeah, it's not here. Damn it. Okay, well, I'm going back to Consentia because there's a couple of... alright, so here's what we're gonna have to do. First of all, I gotta get an audience with the king because he's gonna promote me to Crusader. I need to capture 3 more villains in order to be promoted again. Being promoted means that I have, like, I can handle way more units and I get a much bigger, stipend each week, so I can, like, have a bigger army without worrying about, you know, running myself dry of money. I still gotta find where the hell Hack the Rogue's fortress is. Did I check this one up here? I feel like I must have, but I don't remember. Various groups of monsters, okay. The one in the top right I already checked. The one in the middle right I think is the one that's most likely to be... You know, at first I was kind of thinking that I might have had a really good run, and that we had it, I was like on the first continent and everything. Now I'm like, I think I know where it is and I don't like this. This is gonna be a tough game to finish. Friendly wolves, go away. Is it from here? Up into the... yeah, up. Right, and then... straight up to here. Hack the Rogue, here we go. I hit you once, and then I focus on these guys, and then I let the druids take care of you. Nice. And now with only thing being left being peasants, and I have dragons, it's now a guarantee. Alright, we got Hack the Rogue. Who does that leave? Canagor the Mystic. And then all of the Forestria ones. Okay. Yeah, Canagor the Mystic. We actually saw him, but I don't remember what fortress he was in when we saw him. Was it here? I think it was the one in the dungeon, in the desert here. Nope, it was not. Shoot. It was not here. One on the other side of the mountains from here. That's what I'm thinking. Which is very unfortunate because that means I've got to go through... Well, I can sort of shorten my time a little bit. Going up through here. Canceling and renting my boat. Hey, Wizard Ike! Thank you for the follow. How was the dungeon crawling today? Or sorry, not the follow, it was a raid. I'm sorry. Thank you for the raid. Were you playing Dungeon Crawl today? How was it? Canagor the Mystic. Here we go. Alright. This is a much stronger fight than previous. We've got to hit these Archmagi hard. Not too bad, man. How have you been? I've been having a lot of fun out here. Alright, there's all the sprites down. I don't think the ghosts move twice. The ghosts do move twice. Yikes. The knights definitely move twice. 8 of my druids just died. Learning a new game that I might speedrun in the future. Well, I should say it's not a... It's a new game for me, like, in the sense of, I've never thought about, like, playing through it fast. I used to play this game a lot as a kid. Oof. This is kind of rough. Let me put the dragon here. Kill the archmages. I might actually lose a dragon or two here. Crawling was good. Killed a good character in Zot too. Oh, God, you hate that. I think I have to bring down this knight. Unfortunately, my druids are no longer useful. They've done all their attacks. I don't think there's anything I can really do here. The druids retaliate, doing 1 damage. Dragons kill 2. Alright, we are gonna win this, but it was a much harder fight than it should have been. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's familiar with this game. I highly doubt it. This is called King's Bounty, and there's a series of games titled King's Bounty. I believe this is the first one in that series, but I believe it plays very differently from some of the other ones. The point of this game is that I have a certain amount of time to find an artifact. This artifact will help our king, who is about to die, and as I kill named bad guys in these forts and find relics in the world, I open up this puzzle, in which it shows a randomly generated area somewhere in the world where the artifact is, and I have to go find it. We're gonna go... Shoot, it was Archipelia. I need to get more druids. Wasn't careful enough of a Berserk Doomhound. Ooh. I have to say, I've not played a lot in like, all the way to Zot, so, like... Let's see. Oh, there are only 8 available. Shoot, well, I guess I'm taking all 8. That's as many of them as I can get. I mean, 8's what I ended up... Oop, I have to go up. Yeah, we found druids. I'm very happy about that. Next up is... God, what is the next up for here? I mean, is there any chance I'm strong enough to actually go tackle? Think. I think I just need to, like, burn a bunch of money and, like, rank up as many archers as possible here. As many archers and, like, elves. As possible. God, do you remember where I found elves? It was in Forestria. It was near the top of Forestria. Was it on the inside or outside? I don't think it was on the inside. I think it was on the outside. God, now I'm like second guessing myself. Fuck, where did I find these elves? Because one of the big things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to collect as many elves. It's on the outside. I think you are correct. Oop, wrong button. Ah, stop pressing the wrong button. Is this where the dragon is that's trying to kill me? No. Doomhounds aren't usually in Zot, but there's a unique with them as pets. Ah. Interesting. Yeah, I have to say, I love the game, obviously. You caught me playing it a couple times, but I'm not very good at it. I've only gotten into Zot even a handful of times, let alone actually gotten out of Zot. Let's grab 50 of these fools. Alright. Plenty of elves. I'm gonna go to... We're gonna go to Archipelia, and I'm gonna try and take a couple fights in Archipelia. I just want to see how strong I am relative to some of the fights here. Oh, those were friendly barbarians. Good to know. These were skeletons that I'm not interested in. Because I'm gonna need to take some fights in, well, actually, is there any chance that it's here? No, there's not enough, no, there's not enough, mountains for them to be here. Next to go down are going to be the barbarians, because they move very fast. We're not going to fly the dragon in right away. We will... This might be the iffier choice. Alright, that went well. Never mind. It was not an iffy choice at all. Now bring down the trolls. And with only 2 trolls left, I'm comfortable flying in the dragon. $11,000, so we can... As long as we do these fights well, we can keep ourselves alive long enough to be of some use. I mean, these fights, these are going okay. I am pretty strong at this point in the game. With only 2 barbarians, I feel comfortable flying the dragon in. Got him. Okay. Like, we're getting a lot of money. We can keep ourselves on our feet here and, like, keep exploring this island a bit to find more goodies. And that might give us... opposing druids, they need to die very quickly. You can kill all those peasants because we've got a druid who will shoot and kill a bunch of these trolls. 4 trolls! I'm a little scarier about throwing in the dragons, but we'll see. The dragon stood against that very difficult Canagor the Mystic fight pretty well, so I'm comfortable with just throwing a couple of them out there. Also, we know that there is a dragon spawner that we can get more dragons at. Like, that is very important to note. Let's go to the southern part of this island from here. The nomads were friendly. Good to know. Okay. Anything else over here? I don't think so. Okay, back to the boat. That's one of the islands of Archipelago taken care of. Oops, nope, further up. So we are coming up on like an hour 45 for this run. Obviously, we're way off of anything like good speed pace, but we're not also using any speed tech, so I'd say we're doing okay. Let's take the Long Island at the bottom. It's just going to depend on whether or not we can actually close this one out. Because unfortunately we got a very unfortunate position for the thing. Because okay, so the center of the last island, the last continent, right? Saharia there. The center of it is like a big volcano. That's the idea, right? It's a big volcano. I will definitely take more orcs. I'm actually gonna take like something like 100 orcs. Yeah, I'm gonna take like 100 more orcs. 110 is fine. Lots of orcs. Ghosts. That's a no. Come on. We're gonna bring down the trolls with that shot. The dragon's gonna go fight the peasants, although the barbarian will probably go fight the dragon. Nope, the barbarian's going towards the druids. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Couldn't have drew it up any better myself. How much are we losing? Eek, we're losing about 7,000 per week. That's huge. We are absolutely, we need to close this out fast. We need to close this game out fast. Ooh, there's a dragon in this fight. Okay, all eyes on the dragon. Nice, got it down. We don't need to bring the dragon in. Because that barbarian's not going to be able to come at us. He's going to have to walk the long way around. So we got plenty of turns before that's, like, a problem. Garrison most of your army and use the dragons to fly to pick up the last 2 artifacts and get more... Hold on! Somebody in the chat knows way more about the game than I do. Talk to me about all these mechanics you just talked about. Understand that I played this game as a child and understood only the surface level mechanics. Please talk to me about these mechanics you're talking about. Garrison most of your army, use dragons to fly to pick up the last 2 artifacts and get more dragons. Somebody knows way more about this game than I do. Alleycat969, it's a pleasure to meet you, by the way. My name is Tanis Fugit. Welcome to the chat. If you only have flyers in your army, you can fly. You don't need boats and you travel... What? What? I literally never knew this. But the rest of the Arena Castle, you need it. I never knew this. Okay, so what constitutes flyers? Obviously, dragons, sprites. There's an undead, right? Like a specter or something that counts as a flyer? What else counts as a flyer? Holy hell, this is so much new information. Are you kidding me? I lit like so many hours into this game as a child and never knew this. Already cleared out most of this area. At this point, I don't actually know what I'm looking for. At this point, I think I'm just trying to, like, convince myself that I'm ready to move into the last part of the game. I have to look it up, but I think the blue mages also fly. The archmages, I have not yet found an archmage area in this playthrough yet. I found a set that I think might be friendly, but because I don't remember the tile they're on. We get the barbarian, zombies. Adds a teleporter. Puts me there, which is utterly useless to me. Archmages are one of the creatures I almost always put in my party when playing, because they're so badass. Yeah, at this point, I honestly don't even know what I'm even looking for. I think I'm just not confident in my ability to move into the last part of the game and like actually go, because the artifact is in. Or not, like the thing I'm looking for. The thing that finishes the game. I'm fumbling my words here. The thing that finishes the game is in Saharia. It's like in the middle of Saharia, and I'm like super not convinced that I have the ability to go in and take care of it. All right, nothing else here. Over to the left. Druids just refreshed. I should go get it. I should go pick up more druids. Druids just refreshed. Nice. Okay. And this will kill the other giant. And I have no problem flying over to kill the ogres. Being able to fly sounds like a huge advantage. It sure does. And like, considering the amount of time I put into this game and never knew that, like, my mind is actually like blown right now. Are you friendly? Yes, druids! Alright, is there anything else that I really need to worry about? Maybe this one over here. I should pick up a few more druids. Many elves! Handle it! Okay, yeah, one more, like, straight up from here. Okay, we're good. Okay. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Sahara. No, we're gonna pick up more druids. What am I talking about? I already said that. My brain. My Blaine bloke. It's down this way. Pikemen. 26 droids. Let's go for... Let's grab 20 of them. See what that does to my funds. All right, let's grab the other 6. All right. We now need to finish the game like now. We're hemorrhaging money. I'm gonna end up finishing without all of the artifacts, which makes it a non-full playthrough. It makes it a non-100%. Not only is it a non-100%, it's not even an all relics %. But still, it will be a finish, and I will take it. Alright, do I have, like, the full map explored yet? No, I don't. What's the chances... Yeah, it's just gonna be right dead center, isn't it? Alright. Oh, immediately into dragons. Do we think that's friendly? If it's not friendly, we might... Well, I don't know. We've killed a couple already. Let's give it a shot. Dragons join! Yes! 3 dragons. Time to move. I thought that was going to be friendly, but I was unsure. 3 dragons! How many? How many were there? 3 more dragons. We're up to 5 dragons. Alright, we're gonna fight. Oh, never mind. That's also friendly. Where's the... I thought the entrance was at the bottom middle. I guess I'm completely wrong about that. Oh, we're hemorrhaging 10k at a time. Hold on. We're friendly archmages, by the way. Well, now they're gone. Those were friendly archmages. Oh my god, where's the entrance? Oh, wrong button. I legitimately thought the entrance to the... There were so many friendlies. I wish I had the confidence to, like, bump into them when we were first coming. There it is. Okay. That's not it. It's so close, but it's not it. No, because there's no... The puzzle pieces don't have any... No. No desert in it, so it can't be there. Friendly druids! My god, just start moving. There it is, here's the entrance. Okay, now we're looking. It's not there. Could be anywhere in here. This is where I'm expecting it to be, somewhere in here. Oh, 5 dragons, huh? Do I think you're... Yeah, I'll have you kill the archmages. Last shot for the druids, and we're good. Alright. We can handle these fights. We're getting 25k for that fight, so we should be able to hold our own here. Right here? Right here! I think we found it. I think we're on top of it. Oh god, there are 3 dragons in this fight. Lightning no vector dragons! What? Kill 2 of my archers. How dare you? Somehow we didn't even lose a dragon. Holy hell. But I think this is it. I think we're on the spot. It sure looks like it, doesn't it? I think we did it. I think we did it. Wait, what? Oh. Did it! It's a game over. All right, so that's an any percent run. That doesn't fit any of the categories. Final time about 2 hours. So, all right. So obviously that needs work, but that's a win. We'll take that. For our first time playing this, for my first time playing this game in like 20 years. And for my first time realizing that like people actually care about this game, I will take the win. All right, so that's the baseline. That's where we're going to start building from. From there, we're going to start figuring out how to like, you know, what the time savers are, what the paths are, what the different categories are, because apparently there's a bunch of different categories recognized by the speedrunning community for this game. And we're gonna find one that we like. That was fun. Oh man, that was super fun. And I'll tell you, for not playing this game for a long time, I remembered a lot more than I thought I did.